So this is just after Hubber Home. We're heading up the dale a bit further, and this is the excitement we've got here. Look, the sheepdogs keeping the sheep rounded up and moving them up the road. We're just keeping a bit back from it. So that's a classic Yorkshire Dale scene, that, isn't it?
Beautiful.
What do you think, Stephanie?
The sheepdogs, yeah.
There's a car coming up behind, like, what's going on? Yeah.
Hundreds of panicked sheep.
There's yellow, red, and green.
Look at that one having a little snack from the hedge as it goes.
Oh yeah, they're going, ooh. There you are.
The grass is green on that side.
You'd think that they would not be focusing on food right now, they'd just be like, what's going
Who's
on?
beeping?
Isn't it him?
Oh.
It's not literally a car behind him. Nothing he can do. Sheepdogs, their job is to keep them all in traps so none of them escape off to the side. Make sure they all keep going. It's just gone back and forwards, keeping an eye on them, make sure they keep going. So I wonder where they're going to go. Could be like this for miles. There's some other sheep up there, like getting excited as well. Look. No.
They're running. I'm going to join the
What happens
party.
at the front end if a car comes the other way?
Calm down, guys. Mutton chops.
I think everybody's leading the front. No, it's just sheep at the front. There's nothing on them. Somebody waiting at that end with the quad bikes. That must be where they're going to go in that field there.
Stop
Look.
filming.
Shut this for the flies. He must have been stopping cars up there. It's a good sight. So we're just having a lunch. It's all 10 pence pasties, and I got some reduced like sandwich filler last night at Morrison's, and so I just made the sandwiches while I was sitting there on a plate with the bread, just using that. So that was reduced as well. So we're just parked up. This is the little stretch between Hubber Home, so it's after Buckton, Hubber Home, and then where the river branches forks off into two to Greenfields, Beck and Outershore. So the little hamlet called Outershore up here. It's a little stretch there where you've got these limestone parts of the river, and then people sort of picnicking and things on the riverbank and all that. So that's where we are at the minute, and the temperature just perfect temperature. Got the limestone. You can see all the little erosion features when the water level gets high and it sort of scours out these little potholes. So we're now on the stretch, just heading up towards Outershore, a little hamlet of Outershore. You can see where they've been doing some tree planting. So they've felled the trees in Greenfield Beck, and I think they've reforested it with conifers. This was a big conifer plantation that they felled in sections recently. dramatic change to landscape of Greenfield Beck. That's one tributary, and the other headwater tributary is this one here in this valley straight ahead, which is Outer Shore. So this is Outer Shore Beck, and then Greenfield Beck. They both merge here to form the River Wharfe, and then Outer Shore is where we did a lot of field work as well. Following this van, which is from Germany. There's a lot of tourists, Netherlands and Germany we've seen out in the Dales. Outer Shore, but then further in a distance those big hills are much further away, out towards Lancashire in sort of direction. But yeah, that's Outer Shore. So the headwaters is there, the River Wharfe, but then halfway along there the river starts to flow the other direction, out towards Lancashire and towards the Irish Sea. So we're at the sort of divide in the country, of the drainage divide. Coming up here now to Moss Flats at the very top, so there's a big peatland, eroded peatland they've been trying to restore on the right. We'll pull in and have a little look at that. See how it's getting on, see if there's any vegetation up here. So right on the hilltop now, the divide, so the River Wharfe is down there. And then we've got the River Ewer that we're going to go over to, which is sort of Wensleydale. We're going to head over to Hawes, following that straight down that way. But here, this is Fleet Moss. Sorry, I think I might call it Moss Flats in the way. Fleet Moss, and I don't know if you can see these like white sausage things all over the place, like white sausages. So that's sort of coir logs, as it were, where they've sort of, it could even be like coconut shells and all that sort of stuff. All to try and just stop the sediment from the eroding peat from moving around and try and stabilise it. So they're trying to do restoration on this. At the moment, I don't think you could say it was successful. There's a lot of bare peat still, and I'm not particularly a fan of introducing these non-native sort of vegetation things in, but it might be something else, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, you can see this sort of idea, which is like the sausages, which they lay out and they try to reduce the movement of the peat when it's eroding, because once it becomes bare and the water's running and the frost's happening and the rain splashing against it, and it's difficult for vegetation to re-establish, and so it can quickly erode. But they are trying. It does look like there's more vegetation in there than previously, so maybe it is working a bit. So you can see some new vegetation, like greener stuff, straight in there as well. So maybe there is vegetation. They might have planted things in as well to try and help. But it goes on for quite a long way, right in that whole area there. So we're here at the Wensleydale Cheese Factory. As you can see here, we're going to go and have a look in the shop area. See if there's any samples. Might not be, but we'll have a look. Driven down over the top from Fleet Moss, over the top of there, down the hill. There's lovely scenes when you come over down into Hawes. Very steep. Once it was like foggy there, I had to go dead slow. It's a very, very steep hill. How's that one? A ginger one? Good?
I might try the ginger.
So you can come into the cafe when you come out of the tasting area, which is here. You can see Stephanie having her ones over. Free tastings, and you can get, what can you get? Wensleydale and carrot chutney, Wensleydale cheddar cheese savoury, blue cheese mayonnaise. Which cheese have you eaten in the tasting room?
Like 5 blocks of cheese.
5 blocks.
And you always get the biggest. No, I was trying to go through one and go through another one.
Yeah. You do the
Oh, yeah, you
like
get
double
a few
action
ones,
where
yeah.
you like get 3 on your
Definitely
stick.
get a few ones, yeah. There was a lot there. There's more than last time we were here, I think, in terms of the amount had out. There's 2 jets been flying around the Dale, close to each other.
No, I'd get the sausage, chunky chips and peas.
What was it? Where's that?
Yummy.
Cheese on toast.
for a children's thing.
Cheese balls. Basically, a lot of cheese. Thick cheese tapas. It's a very unusual thing. Look at that.
Oh my god.
Lots of things. What is that? That's an unusual military aircraft. So we're heading back now, but we're heading back actually sort of via the settle route. So rather than going down Dales way down there, we're kind of cutting around the back of the Dales. And then we're kind of going to head left and then round sort of Settle and then to Skipton around that way. So that's the kind of way we're doing back. So we're not going the same way back, we're going a slightly different way around the back. It's quite a wide road, this one. It's not too bad for driving along. So here we've got the famous sort of Settle to Carlisle railway bridge here, out in the middle of nowhere. There's amazing construction. And you've got the mountain there, Pennygent, so far, yeah. So that's the Settle to Carlisle railway, very, very scenic. So that's another view of it there from that angle. We're near all the caves, we're near Ingleton is down this way, Ingleborough and all that. The caves are down there. Maybe that's where everyone's walking to. You park under the bridge? Oh yeah, so I could see a couple of cars, so maybe that's where the caving area. You can see little holes and depressions, yeah.